Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Industry Influencers.
I liked it.
Like my intro?
Yeah.
This is Nik Pavlov. He's an awesome, super cool dude.
Hello.
He is, hello. I don't know why it's so hard.
You got it.
I've done, this is my 10th. I've never
You've
had
also
that
done it
intro.
like before. This is like your second round of these, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right,
today
guys.
it's-
Welcome to Trey's.
You know what? You should just do the intro.
Welcome to Trey's interview on me. My name is Nik Pavlov, and this is Trey Hernandez.
Hey, so Nik, you're a business owner. You do media.
Yes.
Yes.
I do all sorts of media, but mainly video production. I started in esports, which, if you guys don't know what that is, it's professional video gaming.
Pretty cool.
We would do a lot of conventions. I actually worked with the trade group because they built all of our sets for Twitch and Wargaming and Blizzard and blah 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 blah. So yeah, that's where we started. So we did live production for that, and we do all the major tournaments around the country. And I kind of got out of that because it wasn't really creative, and it was live TV online essentially, and 18-hour days with really no creative freedom. And so I left that and I started this company that I am in now, which is Kinomac Films. And we specialize here in Dallas specifically in advertising, product advertising, event advertising, all that kind of stuff.
And how long have you been doing that now?
Well, I was doing it for the other company before. So if you want to put all that together, it's coming close to 10 years. I would say like 8 years.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then I did some in high school, but very low budget stuff.
Well, you grow, right? You grow
Yeah.
from something, so now you're working for yourself.
Yes.
It's pretty awesome.
Yes, I never wanted a boss growing up. I
Yeah.
couldn't even do like a normal job. My jobs lasted from 2 to 3 weeks at a hotel banquet serving, and I just couldn't handle somebody telling me what to do. So I like having clients, not necessarily bosses. That's the way I like to phrase it.
You like to have it be like a partnership,
Yeah,
rather than just
absolutely.
like you're gonna do this.
I'd like a say in what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, especially with the creative freedom, you want that, right? So
Yeah, that's very important to
if
me.
you're being the director of your own projects, I mean, that's all the creative. I mean, obviously you have to meet the client's needs. But
Yeah, and a lot of time, a client comes to you with a specific idea, and you can already tell that it's not going to be the end product that they want.
Yeah.
And it's very important to persuade and show them the better way to do things, which could be, changing the concept or using a different camera, getting
Yeah.
more budget for stuff that really needs to be involved in production, high quality advertising production. Could you see this on television? I always ask, could you see this on a Super Bowl commercial kind of thing? And so that's where I kind of help lean the client to spending more money.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, anytime you can convince your client to add more budget, I mean,
Yeah.
means you have more flexibility, which is pretty nice. But I think what's really cool, Nik, is that you are in the same industry and doing kind of the same things that I'm doing. So like we have this ability just to kind of talk about the business aspect of video, what it looks like to get started, what it looks like to be self-employed. It's a struggle sometimes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Specifically for me, when advertising kind of ends towards the end of the year and the beginning of the year, I don't really have much to do as far as getting paid, and I don't really know when the next gig will come to me.
Yeah.
So you're kind of left with this mysterious, am I going to have work soon? And that's part of working for yourself. So it keeps you on your toes, like opening new doors, going to networking events, how we met, and really collaborating with people and just putting yourself out there. I have tons of instances where I'm, trying to get new clients, and I think one important thing for me that helped me continuing to get clients was treating everybody as a potential client, whether they didn't seem like it, because a lot of people will come to you with this great idea and you'll just never hear from them again. And so I think that for me it was important just to treat everybody like their potential, and there might be a future job coming from them.
Yeah. Well, it's true because you just never know.
Yeah, you really don't.
And especially when you're going to those networking groups, like I remember I can get like 15 business cards, but then how often do we follow up with one another? And then there's that one that you don't really know like how the conversation went, and that's the person that calls.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, like,
or
oh
reaches
hi,
out.
I remember you.
Yeah.
You were this one, right?
One of my biggest clients, it was my first company that I had. It was a production company, the esports one, and we were just in this really terrible office next to a strip club. I don't know if that matters, but it's funny to me. And this lawyer comes to me and he's like, "Hey, I got this guy," and I'm kind of rolling my eyes, and he referred me to this dance ballet company that's a major company in New York, and he ended up living in Dallas, and I've had this relationship for 6 years, and he's one of my main clients, just from this weird instance that a lawyer gave to me, which I never thought would turn into anything. So
Wow.
Gigs can come from everything, and I think the biggest thing for me is word of mouth at this point. I haven't really tried the other avenues, like my website's not even up. I just put this demo reel up 3 days ago.
Yeah.
So it's been word of mouth for the last, 5 years that kept me going with just no trust and seeing my work, just hiring me.
But you can build a business that way. I mean, Katya built her business organically. I'm doing it I've just now recently started marketing. You can absolutely build your business 100% organically if you can just have those relationships and you do a good job.
Yeah, you really just have to put yourself out there, and if you're uncomfortable with just meeting people and going to these events, which, sometimes I'm awkward and socially.
I mean, like, who isn't though?
Yeah, exactly. Every single person has their moments, and then the conversation dies, and you're like, what do I say next? This person's not going to talk next, so I got to say something. But you really got to put yourself in uncomfortable positions and just go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, just do it. Nike said it in their brand, and that's kind of what I've been following along this whole time, is just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
You kind of have to, though.
Yeah.
And again, with some of our other guests, one of the main points that they make sure they say is that you have to have that mission and that drive just to keep at it.
Yeah.
You got to have that consistency. You got to have that passion and putting the time and the effort into it, because I mean, that's what's going to help it be successful.
Yeah, drive is a big part about it, and work ethic and being on time to your gigs, whether you're the PA or whatever, is a huge deal, because I've hired so many people that show up a little late, and just because I'm a relaxed guy, so I want everybody to be relaxed on set, right? Especially the actors or whomever, and people don't take it seriously or take me seriously because I'm younger and I hired them, so they think it's cool. And I ask them, or I don't ask them, but I don't hire them again, kind of thing. And I think that's really important, is just to be professional. You can be relaxed once you get to know the person, but being professional is a huge part about it.
Well, I think that's one of the hardest things too, is that we're so young, and yet we're business owners. I mean, how do we be taken seriously?
It's a huge issue for me.
But I mean, obviously, if you can have the right relationships in place, and you have proven your worth via the skill in your work, I mean, you can make it.
Yeah, I think the way you talk to clients, if you're 22 years old or whatever, it needs to exceed your age. You need to, have ideas, maybe make before your conference call or your call with the client, make a note sheet, have bullet points to talk about, so it looks like you're on top of things, whether you're kind of winging it. It's still important to have that professional persona going into it. Having meetings, same kind of thing, have a note sheet, something like that to go off of.
Yeah, absolutely. Showing yourself that you are a professional.
Yeah,
that's
a huge part.
So, so what has been? I know that age has obviously been a challenge at some point. Has there been any other challenges that has come up that you've had to overcome?
Again, getting new clients that fit my budget needs, I guess. Some of the larger budgets are very difficult, but I think one thing that I want and I'm struggling with right now is trying to get to a higher production level overall, and kind of having the smaller gigs, hire those out, and really set myself to these more larger budgets where I have a director just being a director, and I have a DP just being a DP, where I don't have to be 3 different roles at the same time. I would like a whole set where everybody has their own specific job. I have a buddy that's in LA, and every single one of their shoots I see has that, and it's like, I don't really know how to work in that kind of situation because I haven't had it here in Dallas. And I think the location where you're at I think has a lot to do with some of that stuff. So, buying new equipment I've been investing in, the way I talk with clients is a little bit different. I kind of want to slow down and not get so excited about the project and kind of take a step back and rethink how can we do this, spend the money wisely, and get to where I want to be at, which is the highest level of production I can get.
Well, absolutely. I mean, anyone wants to shoot for those high targets, right? And I think just for some context, you've scaled. Like, you weren't always at this level yet. I know you're wanting to keep on growing, and you're still growing into that, but you've had to start working down here to get to where you're at, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can go back to my old YouTube and look at my videos that I got paid for and be like, oof, I don't want to see.
I got paid for that.
Yeah, and it looked good at the time to me,
Sure.
you know? And so, yeah, I mean, I had a client the other day just say, because we're redoing a bunch of the videos we did 4 years ago, and he said, I mean, you guys have just gotten better, so we need to redo this, make the brand look better.
Yeah.
And so that's a big part of it. And yeah, I mean, you can't just start at the top. I mean, maybe if you had some connections, but I didn't have any connections getting into it. I just started, like you said, from scratch, making fun videos for myself, and then that turned into meeting a guy who needed a video, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, I don't really know the tangent I went on, but
No,
did
but
I
it makes-
answer the question?
I think so. I think the point is just stewarding where you're at, and then shooting for those goals.
Yeah.
You know, because if you continue to work towards those goals, you'll see yourself grow.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
And you always, even at my very beginning, I had the mindset of like, could I see this on a national commercial? Would Bud Light make that on a national? Even at the lowest form that I was at in film school, I always had that to every video, and I wanted to make sure I could see that video somewhat potential. And so that really hasn't changed. My skill has definitely improved, and I think that's part of my drive and always want to be the best in my industry. You know, I think a lot of people want to be the best, and it's just hard to get there.
Sure. Well, just to recap, what are a couple of things that, I mean, people that are aspiring to be videographers, and they're either looking to get started or they've started and they're looking to grow, what are some things that you can say to encourage them?
I would say, one, being extremely professional. I know this industry is very relaxed, and you'll see a lot of clients being really relaxed. So professionalism, don't stop shooting and making videos, whether you have a client or not. Go out and make a spot piece for Bud Light, or if you're not 21, which whatever, but say you're wanting to do a spot piece for Bud Light, go buy some beer and go make a concept, and now you have a spot piece for that, or shoes, or do something where it could be a part of your reel, because that's important. Having a reel is very important, so develop that as quick as possible. Develop a website and business cards as quick as possible, and collaborate with people, because they will lead you to somebody who might hire you. They'll lead you to somebody who could mentor you. So collaborate, and if somebody's in the industry or in an ad agency, just keep in contact with them. Keep following up. Don't be annoying and be like, hey, do you have any work for me? But you just say, how are you doing? How are things? And how is everything going?
Sure.
I think those are probably the top whatever I said things to do.
Yeah. And just as a testament to that, every single person that's here right now is kind of in a similar industry. Like Katya's still here, Natasha, Mark, you're part of the crew. I mean, like, you're here right now. Andy was here last week. We're looking at getting Misty Howell to be a part, and these are like Dallas Producers Association type people that are looking to build that network. So it's super important, like you said, to have those connections and relationships. That's such a common theme that we're seeing right now.
Very much so in this industry, for sure. I don't know about other industries, I'm sure. But this one, because everybody is their own individual and everybody wants to have their own production company, whether it's one man or two people. Myself, it's myself and a partner, so it's two of us, but still, just keep connecting with people in any creative industry, really.
Absolutely. So really quick, thank you, Trey Group, for letting us film here. If you're looking for having a booth to showcase your branding, if you're out on the road, they offer some really great options for you. So make sure to check out their Carrollton location. But Nick, thank you so much for being a part of today's shoot, man.
Thank you. This was fun.
Well, I mean, I know that I've learned a lot personally, and I'm sure they've learned a lot as well from. Because, I mean, again, you're at a spot right now where so many people dream of being. You know, because people want to work with Bud Light. Come on.
And it's very saturated too. Like a lot of upcoming filmmakers, this industry is becoming saturated, so it's hard to separate yourself from everybody else. So that's a struggle that I'm still going through.
But still, like, always producing content. I mean, like, being consistent.
Keep working, even if you're not being hired for it.
Yeah.
keep doing stuff.
So lots of great information. But Nik, thank you for being part this week. Make sure to like and subscribe. Where can they reach you if they're interested in hiring you for stuff?
Instagram is the best way. I don't know if
You got your Instagram, Nik Pavlov.
Yeah,
what's
but
it
I don't
called,
use
though?
that. I use another one. It's feeling high. It's feeling high right now. But like hello. It's FeelinHi, which
Okay.
maybe you can put it on the screen somewhere around here.
I'll just, if you lay out your hands, I'll put it in your hands
Please.
right there.
It's heavy, so don't make me hold it too long.
Okay, I'll put it
And
away.
then I just fired up this YouTube. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it's Kinomac Films is my company. We're developing the website now, so if you go to it now, it looks really ridiculous. But Kinomac Films on YouTube, and you can see some of our work. And my email is on there.
Awesome. So make sure to follow him because he does some pretty awesome work. So, but yeah, so thank y'all for joining us this week, and we'll see y'all next week.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.